Hi everyone, Corey here from the Knitting All the Blankets podcast. Hi! It's been a while, been about 2 months based on when I uploaded my last video. For those of you that are new, my name is Corey and this is my knitting podcast where I now come on occasionally and talk about what I've been knitting, any acquisitions I have, any other yarny, crafty adventures I've been up to. I used to post once a month, but it got to the point where I didn't have a lot to show every month. I felt like I was showing the same stuff over and over and over. So I went to straighten this before, and so I've dropped down to maybe once a quarter right now, and that seems to be working so far. We are at the end of quarter one for 2019, and I have a bunch of stuff to show you. So before we get into that, just a little bit more administrative stuff. You can find me on Ravelry as craftsbycori, all one word. That will be in the description box below. There is also a link to the Ravelry group. I do have a group for this podcast. In Ravelry, again, it's the Knitting All the Blankets podcast, and I will have the link down below for that. As well as, no, I'm not going to put all the store links in the description box. The show notes that I do for Ravelry will have all of the websites and Etsy stores for all the goodies I'm going to show you. So, I'm going to try to stick with the, I just noticed my phone is slightly crooked. I look like that. But if I touch it, my phone is going to go everywhere. So I'm going to start with finished objects. Any of you that have been following me for a while, you know that I love making cotton dishcloths. Normally, the last couple of years, it's been my goal to make 10 to 12 a month, to have about 100 made by the time craft show season starts in October. Well, last year, I had an excess of product because I didn't do any shows in 2017. So this year, it was one of those, well, I still want to knit some dishcloths because it's good to just, work through some of my inventory, my materials inventory. But I don't want to stress myself out trying to make dishcloths when I actually already have an excess. So I'm down to just doing 5 a month. And I'm also participating in Amber Linderman's The Yarn Hoarder podcast. She has a 2009 Yarn Hoarder Dishcloth Challenge over on Instagram. So, I've been participating in that. And I think I mentioned it in my first video of 2019, the one from 2 months ago, and I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in the fiber share unboxing video that I posted yesterday. I filmed it a few weeks ago and only just posted it because I forgot. I do have an Instagram account, and that will also be linked below. But anyways, so first up for finished objects, this is the Bernat Spicy colorway. It is a twist, and when you have twists in cotton, it means they've taken 3 to 4 very thin threads and then plied them together to make a strand of yarn. So this is what the yarn looks like itself. And it knits up like this. And I have 11 in this pile right here. So that is done. And then I've also started to carry around some purse knitting with me, and instead of the big huge skeins and cones of cotton, I just I keep the balls of cotton in there, and I chose a colorway and I'm just working through it. This one is Sugar and Cream Frog Pond, and it's an ombre. And I got 5. So far I've made 5 dishcloths in this colorway. I had 13 balls to start with of that colorway, and I think I'm down to 6 or 7. So I'm just slowly working on it. This is knitting for if I'm riding in the car and someone else is driving, if I'm sitting at the bank waiting, in the bank drive-through, if I'm getting my car washed, stuff like that. I don't knit at stoplights just because that to me is just a little too obsessive, but that's just my opinion. The other finished object that I have done, but I still can't show you, is that cowl I was designing. I finally finished it at the beginning of March, beginning of this month. And the pattern, I've got to tweak a few things left in the pattern, and I'm going to send it for testers. I'm not going to show it on the podcast. You'll have to go to my Instagram page, because both my mother and my mother-in-law watch these videos, and they may or may not be receiving one for Christmas, so I don't want to spoil the surprise. They have no idea what it looks like. I've managed to keep this a secret, and it has been so fun. So I'll eventually, once the pattern's been tested and everything, and once the pattern's released, I'll post pictures up on Instagram of it. I took pictures of it yesterday, and a picture of me wearing my design. So that's awesome. I'm so glad I'm done with that. So that was like my first big project of the year to finish, was that. My second project of the year to work on, not necessarily to finish, was I wanted to put 4 complete sets of mini skeins into the mini skein 10 stitch blanket. Well, let me tell you, because I only got that cowl finished at the beginning of the month, and then about a little before halfway through March, I developed a couple medical conditions. I'm still dealing with the aftermath of them for the last several weeks, and literally, I have been knitting. It's like a dishcloth here or there, something I don't have to mentally think about. As much as I love that blanket, it's not mindless knitting for me. It really isn't. For me, my dishcloths are mindless knitting because I don't have to think about it. So I only actually just picked up the mini skein 10 stitch blanket yesterday, and I put 200 rows on it though, which was good. And again, Instagram, you can see the progress. I'm doing a lot of posting on Instagram right now just because it's really quick. But even overall, I think the amount of progress I've made on that thing since the last time you saw it has only been, if I put 200 rows on it yesterday, then there was only an additional 200 rows put on it. So that's just been the when I get to it thing. I was trying to do Scrappy Sundays a la Kay, the Crazy Sock Lady podcast, but that just hasn't worked. My next big project that I'm working on, that I'm going to try to finish this year, and dishcloths don't count because this is just all inventory. Pull my leg up so I can sit crisscross applesauce on the couch. I have a Boneyard Shawl by Stephen West that I started 2 years ago. I don't think I worked on it at all last year, or minimally. And I want to get that thing finished. So I believe, I'd have to check my planner, but I believe Q2 of 2019 is working on that. So I'm going to be getting that done. In other crazy news, not acquisitions news, but just general stash news, I'm reorganizing my yarn right now, and it's nuts. I actually went through and pulled out a lot of stuff to destash, anything I've destashed is a lot of mass manufactured acrylic, and I'm just donating it to my local craft club so that they can make baby blankets, lap blankets, whatever out of it. And I'm only keeping the cotton because I'm one of the weirdos that loves knitting with cotton. And my indie dyed yarns and everything, stuff that I bought with the intention of doing something with. So maybe one day I'll go through and take pictures of that. There are pictures of what I started doing with it on Instagram. So again, Instagram. It's nuts. I actually took a physical inventory and colorway inventory of all of my cotton yarn, and I have over 300 things of cotton yarn, from little balls to the Bernat skeins. And it filled up 2 massive, like those blue tubs that are on wheels, the Sterilite blue tubs that are on wheels. It filled up 2. My entire cotton collection filled up 2 of those. So yeah, they're going into temporary storage right now while we rearrange some stuff in the house. But it's still accessible, and I've kept out a certain amount of cotton. Like I've got 3 colorways that I'm going to cone up, hopefully this week, maybe even later today if I have time. I've kept out the remaining balls of the Frog Pond colorway and all that, so I've got enough stuff to keep me entertained for a while. Plus the mini skein sets for the caked up mini skein sets for the mini skein 10 stitch blanket. I actually went ahead and caked up the next 3 mini skein sets that I'm going to put in there, so they're here in case so I don't have to lose my mind. So what else have I been doing? I did a barter with my friend Katie. Katie is a crocheter, and I saw this thing on Pinterest for some really cute ice cream cone stitch markers, and Katie made me these. Now they're very light, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to they're, like I said, they're very light, and I'm gonna put them on little rings, like little jump rings, and make them into progress keepers for blankets and stuff. So those are really cute. We bartered an unopened case of mason jars for these things. So they're just so cute. I also participated, if you saw the FiberShare video, you know I participated in FiberShare. But in the process of buying stuff for FiberShare, I of course went over to Anne's studio and went shopping, not only for my FiberShare recipient, but also for myself. So, and I don't normally buy stuff for myself. I didn't buy this. Anne actually gave me this. This is a sheep squeezer from, I think that's the Etsy shop name is Sheep Squeezers. It is the Disney Princess fabric. Again, I will link this in the show notes. I also got her latest set of minis, Fluctuation, and she did send me the colorway names finally, so I can put that on the back and put that in the ridiculous container of minis. But then I also bought this. She was having fun playing around with yarn and a dye thing and a dye pattern and everything. And I love this green. This is Tinkerbell green, and I love the flecks of the hot pink and the blue that's in there and everything. And so when I was at the studio, I asked her, I said, okay, what's this colorway name? Because I love it. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I want it. And she said, I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't have a colorway name. I said, well, I love it because, and for all the reasons I just told you. and she actually named it The Many Layers of Cori. I thought that was so sweet. It is 80% extra fine superwash merino and 20% nylon. It is 113 grams, so I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I'll probably make myself like a little shawlette, capelet, or scarfy thing for work out of it. So yeah, I love that. And then the biggest thing I've been up to actually is yesterday, March 30th, the Olive and 2U put on yarn lounges around Central Florida, and they invite indie dyers to come participate. Well, I went to the one that was in Orlando yesterday at Castle Church Brewery. Olive and 2U were there, Queen Bee Knits was there, Anne of Twin Mommy Creations was there, and there were 2 more people, and I feel so bad because I can't remember. One of them I think was Violet Fiber. Hang on, I gotta pull something out of my goodie bag. Violet Flamingo Fibers was one of them. And I think 3 by the Sea was the other one that was there. I honestly don't remember. To be perfectly honest, I just don't remember because when I'm at these places, if Anne's the only person I know, I kind of hang out with her. So, but I bought myself a new project bag. I actually helped design this one. It is one of Anne's. It's a Twin Mommy Creations bag. Anne got herself a vinyl decal cutter, and she's been having fun with it. Yeah, we were talking on Facebook Messenger about this, and she had sent me one that was a white sheep with black lettering, and I didn't like it. I'm like, what about black sheep with white letters? So I had to buy one of those. And then I bought myself a Yarn Snob t-shirt. So I can't wait to wash this and wear it. Yeah, so Anne not only has yarn now, but she has minis and project bags and t-shirts, and her product lines are ever expanding. Now I had registered for Yarn Lounge like back at the end of January, maybe even in January. And before all my health issues started, and to be perfectly honest, if it hadn't been for the fact that I paid the $30 for a VIP ticket, I probably wouldn't have gone yesterday. But I'm so glad I did, because I ended up getting this awesome goodie bag. I've already posted pictures of this stuff on Instagram. If you guys are sensing a theme, Instagram's like my new favorite toy. And what it is, it's a bunch of knitting notions and knitting goodies from different indie dyers, and I keep dropping stuff. But what was really cool was I got, because this was at a brewery, we got a pint glass that says Yarn Lounge on it with a purple bottom. A mini. This mini is from Anne at Twin Mommy Creations. It's the VIP sample skein, and it's adorable. And this, of course, is just gonna go in the blanket. The other mini is by Olive and 2U, and this is the Crush It colorway. So I'm very happy about receiving minis. The other goodies in the bag were 3 by the Sea donated a flip-flop progress keeper. The Queen Bee, it's Queen Bee Yarn Company, excuse me. They donated, here's her tag, and she donated, it's not a bumble, yeah, it is a bumblebee, a little progress keeper or stitch marker. The Nomadic Knits donated this enameled pin, and it is gorgeous. Violet Flamingo Fibers donated this coaster. It's really cool. Now I'm gonna save that for last because I'm really excited about it. Little Thimble Craft Studio and Store donated this little pin. It's a little ball of yarn and 2 needles, or 2 pins to represent knitting needles. It's an entire Notions tin, but what's in here is this, an eye needle for weaving in ends, and 2 beautiful little charms. This one is a spool of thread. Let's see if I can, hopefully that came out. And then the second one is a sewing machine. So that's really cool. That's really cool. I like that. And then last but certainly not least, I'm gonna have to find something to put this behind here, put it behind my notebook, is She Sells Yarn and More Yarn Company donated this needle gauge, and I guess this is a, I've been calling it a swatch measurement thingy. So I've got plenty of things with needle gauges in it, but I don't have this. So I was very happy to get this thing. So that's what was in our VIP goodie bag. So while I hate driving to Orlando, seriously, if you live in Florida and you haven't had to drive to Orlando recently, be glad. Because driving to Orlando right now is horrible. Like, it doesn't matter what time of the day you go. I think the weather is bad no matter when you go. So, and, you know, growing up, traffic was always bad around Buena Vista and the Disney exits. But it's just gotten worse. It just has. And I really wish they'd put a bullet train in. I really do. Like, do it at, from iDrive to Disney, or 27 to Disney. You know, keep all these people off I-4. So, anyway, sorry, that was a rant. But, so, yay goodie bag. I can start putting all that stuff away now. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to for the past 3 months. I'm hoping to get some more mini skein 10-stitch blanket knitting in today. It's only about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I should be able to, right? Oh, so what have you guys been up to? Let me know in the comments, and check out the show notes for all the indie dyers and all the stores that were in that goodie bag. They will be in the show notes. And unless I go to another yarn event, knitting event, or if I do another fiber share box, I'll see you guys at the end of Q2. So I'll see you guys at the end of June, beginning of July. Alright, you can always reach out to me via comments on here. Again, I'm at Cori.large on Instagram, so you're welcome to follow me there, and you can DM me there. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.